Sup guys, Station X here, and if you missed the last upload I did, I talked about the Xbox Elite controller that Microsoft released back in 2015. So, if you missed this one, there will be a link down in the description below, but essentially we talked about what this controller did, was it worth the price, and just kind of like the features of it. But today we're going to be taking a look at the second one, the Elite Series 2.
Hey, Patrick, what am I now?
Stupid?
No, I'm Texas.
What's the difference?
This came out, I'm pretty sure it came out in 2018, and this was the sequel to the Elite controller, Elite 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Stop it. Get some help.
But this right here had quite a bit of improvements. One improvement that I think was a long time coming for Xbox, because like literally, like, this is just a spoiler ahead, but let me just look at the features of this right here. So it says it right here that Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, interchangeable D-pads like it did the last time, interchangeable thumbsticks, although we will see that these are different thumbsticks, not the same ones as before. Paddles, the two paddles from the top and bottom. Carrying case like they did before. As you can see, charging dock. What's that? Well, we will show you in a bit. A thumbstick adjustment tool to make the thumbsticks either looser or tighter to help, you know, with the sticks and just make it more of a comfortable feel. And USB Type-C cable. So I think this is the only Xbox One controller that has a USB Type-C, because all the other ones just use the other USB. But yeah, taking this out right here, out of the box, pretty much identical when it came to the Series 1, just identical packaging with the box and everything. And we have an almost identical carrying case, although it's it's like legit pretty much the same color. So this is the one, this is the Series 2, but there's a huge difference here. What is that?
Stupid?
Let's just get it out of the way right here. Opening this up. Boom. Similar look, but this is what I wanted to focus on right here. This thing is rechargeable. For once, oh my god, having a rechargeable battery. It's something that PlayStation's done since the PS3. In fact, I don't think there's ever been a PlayStation controller that ever used batteries. They had two wired controllers, and then the rest of them were rechargeable batteries. For whatever reason, Microsoft has insisted, ever since they went wireless, to use batteries. Even with the Series X controllers still don't have rechargeable batteries. This is the only Xbox controller that had rechargeable batteries. And this was $200 when this came out. But besides the rechargeable battery, there are other things that this does on top of it. This is an extra $50, so it already does everything the Series 1 did. But here's some of the things that they add. Of course, you have this really nice looking design here with the grips, the rubber grips going all the way around the controller instead of only being in the back. Of course, you have the same interchangeable sticks, but these are different, and I will show how they're different in a second. And you also have 3 profiles instead of just 2. And so they got rid of the Switch version of this, where you just flip a switch and you go to the different profiles, and it's just a button you select with the different lights going on. And of course, they fixed my biggest complaint, is that these buttons, these things all match with each other. No big lime green ugliness here. So that was another complaint I really had with the Elite Series 1, and they got rid of it. It was really nice. In fact, there's no green on this whatsoever. So everything matches. The paddle matches, everything's matched. And there's also 3 different stops instead of just 2, so you could have even shorter compared to this. And then both. So yeah, like this one had some more things going on with it. And of course, we got this, which is also can be taken out of the carrying case. So here's a little stand for it, which would just go right there. And it's magnetized on. But it doesn't let us hold onto it like that. You can have it on like that and just have it charged through the USB Type-C right here. But also, when you have it in here, I don't know if you could see it.
What the hell am I looking at?
There is a little hole right there for, let me open this up, a little hole for the wire to go through if you wanted to charge it through the case. So you do have that option to just charge it through the case if you don't want to take it out of the case, which I thought was really nice. Because this carrying case is really nice to have. It's very compact and it protects the controller when you have it in a bag. Because I can't tell you how many times my Joy-Cons, for example, their sticks break so often when they're just chucked in the bag that way. So having this to protect the controller, and this thing is expensive, you don't want this breaking, that's really nice to have without it dropping. And so besides that, what does it come with? Well, it comes with, well, let me do this one. This is the other thing that's not different, is this nice circle pad. I always end up just replacing this. They have a different style, different color D-pad here, but I usually just get rid of that one because that's always on the standard controller anyway. Really like the circle D-pad. So once we swap that out, we got these thumbsticks right here, which are the same size as the standard ones, but they look more like 360 controller pads. Here, hold on. There we go. These look more like the 360s compared to the Xbox One controller. I don't know if that's just me, but that's what I believe they look like. They look like the 360 thumbsticks. So I usually use these. I either use the standard ones or I use the 360 ones. It's a shame that they didn't make these a slight bit taller, because that would have been nice to have as like the middle one. How like the Series 1 had the dome shape. This would have been the nice 360 toggle sticks. Which, I mean, the 360 was considered the best controller of all time, if let alone Xbox controller. So having these sticks here really make it feel like nostalgic in a way. And then you also got this one. So they did have one tall thumbstick like they did before, and then they have a dome thumbstick right here, right there, and it has some grooves in it so that you have more of like a texture on that. But this one also, again, there's no like medium sized ones. You either get really short ones or you just get like the regular size thumbsticks. And only one of them is the tall one, so yeah, like this is what it looks like right here. But of course, like I said, you can mix and match. So that's nice. This also comes with this tool right here, which is the thumbstick tightener. This adjusts the thumbsticks so you can make them tighter or looser if you want. You just stick them right here, and you just twist whichever way you want. I'm not gonna mess with this too much just because I like the way it is already. And let's put the regular thumbsticks back on. And then of course you have the paddles. These are the short ones, which we'll put them on right now. Actually, I think these are the long ones. Yeah, those are the long ones. Made a mistake. Oh. Dropping stuff here. There we go. So we got those guys on the back. And then we got the small ones, which those look really tiny. So with these being the size that they are, they fixed my other complaint with them, is that you don't press them as easily. You don't, like, they fixed the problem of just tossing the controller or just throwing the controller down and it accidentally hitting the buttons. Now you still can do it, it's still possible. It's a lot easier still to hit the buttons compared to before, but at least you have more of a grip on them compared to the other ones. And I actually didn't try to see if you could mix and match the paddle buttons on here. Because if you collect all the Xbox controllers pretty much like I do, then you would be able to do that. Now here's the one. let's open this up right here just to compare it. So this is how the one's pedals were. And as you can see, big difference here. Let me see now if I can take the big one, for example, the one on top. So this is the Xbox One Elite Series 1. This is Elite Series 2. I mean, look at that difference. This one's a lot more slimmer and nicer to me. And these actually can fit. So the paddles you can mix and match. So that's nice. So if you have the Elite Series 1, you could also mix and match those. And then with the one, if you just like the one better, so you could also buy, like, I guess, the Elite Series 2 paddles separately if you can find them and use them on here. So this way you wouldn't have to pay the whatever amount just to get these paddles if you just want the paddles. So that's nice. Another thing is, like I said before, these do not swap with each other. Boo! So as you can see here, they are different. So like, that's real shame. Also, this has this nice shiny chrome on it, where this is just kind of like a silver. But yeah, like, this is the Elite Series 1 stick. It will not fit. It does not fit on there. That sucks. And then this is the Elite Series 2. Doesn't fit on there either, which kind of sucks. So it's like I said, you can't use these sticks that come with the first one on these ones. And me personally, I actually think I like the sticks on this one better than I do this one. So that's the only thing that, it's the only point I'll give to this, is that the sticks, in my opinion, are a lot better. But the only thing is, I do like these ones as well. This is the only stick type that I like from the Series 2. Because otherwise, I just use the standard one. I don't really like these ones too much. The short domed one and the tall one, I'm not a big fan of them. You know, they just don't do it for me. But yeah, I mean, here they just all went with a whole matte black. Whereas there's a bunch of silver and lime green everywhere. This is all just one uniformed color. So aesthetics wise, I like this better, and they just have a lot more features that make it worth it for me. And if I were to suggest to you, should you buy an Elite controller, I would say buy this one instead of this one if you have the money to spend for this. Like, if you could afford both, go for this one instead of this. At pre-owned, this is like $180 compared to this being $150 to $140. So really, you're just spending like a $40 to $50 difference if you could find it in a retail store or online. So like, I just don't think that this per se is worth it compared to something like this. Now, if you're on a bit of a budget and you really can't spend that extra money, this is fine. But really, like, this guy wins it for sure, because you just get extra stuff with it. You know, because this does literally the exact same thing this does, but you get more. Now, was it worth the extra $50 at the time? That's kind of depending on you and your personal taste. Some people thought that $50 extra $50 on that was ridiculous, and that how pretty much a controller was almost the same price. It was $100 less than an Xbox One S at the time, and only half the price of an Xbox One X at the time. So everyone thought that this was a little much as far as a price of the controller, but for what you're getting, you know, you're kind of paying for what you're getting. So it's not like you're paying for a standard controller at $200. So it's like, I think that this is fine for what it is, and I think it will work great if you want to play something like Warzone or like just Battlefield, Halo. So like I said in the last video, first-person shooters is what really makes this controller great. But you can use this for other games as well. I'm not saying you can't. That you can get very creative when it comes to the customization of the buttons and all that. But really, like, my bread and butter is first-person shooters. Those are the people I'm going to recommend this to if you're really interested in something like this. But at the end of the day, it's your personal preference. I hope this video was very informative and what you would want to get for a controller. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.